باش ناخذ 51% من الشركات الفرنسية. قررنا تأميم الغاز الطبيعي.
The success of our future can be made in decisions that have improved our past. February 24th, 1971 is not just a date in the Algerian history, as on this day, the brave decision was taken in favor of the newly independent Algerian state. After the Algerian independence in 1962, and the latter finally gained its political independence, the state also worked hard to obtain its economic independence. The country's main goal became to build an independent state that was singular in sovereignty, as Algeria aimed to recover the national wealth and work to nationalize its country's fuels so that it could benefit from it for the sake of development. As there were several battles between the two parties for the exclusivity of sovereignty and control over this wealth. But as usual, the ambitions of the French in Algeria did not end, especially after it discovered oil for the first time in 1956. Due to that, the issue of oil continued to arouse the interest of the French authority due to its strategic importance for the future of French Algeria, as well as in French politics and global economic stakes. Therefore, the year 1956 remains a decisive year because it proved that the issue of hydrocarbons in the Algerian desert is a profitable issue in view of the discovery of oil in Hassim Soud on June 26, 1956, and the discovery of gas in Hassermel in November of the same year. The French colonial government found in the discovery of Algerian oil a golden opportunity to support its eternal development projects and to possess the oil wealth that does not exist underground in France. The oil of French Algeria is on one hand an internal French weapon in the new development experience, and a weapon against the revolution by providing jobs for Algerians in the oil sector on the other hand. So how did Algeria obtain its economic independence, and what struggles did it face in order to nationalize its hydrocarbons? In 1966, the first steps to build an independent Algeria and to complete the path of restoring national sovereignty were to control all the wealth of the national economy, from agricultural lands to mines, banks, and insurances. The first negotiations were launched on November 24th to review the fiscal price, as Algeria determined to impose a new one of $2.85 instead of $2.08. After the several meetings, the last meeting with the French delegation was in June 1970 in Algeria. It led to the announcement on June 20th of the same year of unilateral decision to impose a new tax rate on French companies. France rejected the announced decision and proposed to Algeria to suspend its implementation. After that, official negotiations began on September 28, 1970, and continued until the first weeks of 1971. As of the French side, it refused to grant Algeria the majority of the capital of the French companies and to raise the tax price. The last meeting between the two delegations was on December 27, 1970, when France remained steadfast in its positions and demanded a halt to the negotiations. President Boumediene affirmed during the Council of Ministers that if the negotiations were not successful on December 31st, 1970, he would proceed with issuing the nationalizations measures. On February 24th, 1971, President Houari Boumediene announced at the headquarters of the General Union of Algerian Workers during his celebration of the 50th anniversary of its founding the decision to nationalize hydrocarbons and restore national sovereignty over the underground resources. This decision came in connection with the following ones: granting Algeria the right to 51% of the capital of French franchised and active companies in the south of the country with other multinational companies, the nationalization of all mining resources related to natural gas fields. This decision made Algeria a model for other producing countries and made Sonatrach among the world leaders in the hydrocarbon sector. Thanks to this decision, it was able to make full use of its wealth and continue to strengthen the path of nation building after 9 years of decolonization. The state worked to exploit and value this wealth for the benefit of the Algerians by finding a source to finance national development, industrialization of the country, building infrastructure, and financing free education and health programs.